by that initiative, by the initiatives that he's putting forth. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome up the Governor of Guam, the Honorable Eduardo B. Calvo.
Buenos Day, good morning, and Zhao Zhang Hao. I hope I'm saying that right. As we heard from Mark Baldiga, if you say certain words the wrong way, it can have a totally different meaning. So that should be good morning. I want to again first acknowledge all those that put this together in GDB, led by a very capable board, with our chair there, Mark Baldiga, as well as all the management team. I want to acknowledge all those that are stakeholders here in Guam in the tourism services industry that have made Guam just I would say when it comes to the dollar or the value of this package, second to none in the United States and the world. So thank you so much. I want to welcome also our partners from the neighboring islands of the Northern Marianas and the rest of Micronesia. Really, I think Guam and Micronesia is that diamond in the rough when it comes to international tourism. In my previous life in the private sector, I had an opportunity to travel to most of the islands, if not all the islands in Micronesia. And the Micronesian islands are indeed a jewel in the Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to kind of talk to you more from a historical perspective on the potential of China and what it means to all of us. It's interesting, I was at the Tallies last week, great Italian restaurant right here in Tumon. And I was eating my pasta. I was with my kids, eating that great spaghetti. And somehow we got into the conversation. I said, by the way, you know, folks, spaghetti didn't come from Italy. Pasta, for sure some of you folks know, there was a fellow named Marco Polo that was looking for where all the wealth and money was and was looking for a trade. And he visited China almost 1,000 years ago. And one of those things that he brought back was spaghetti. And the rest is history. And the reason why I want to tell you this, and the perspective that we have on history, and you look back at history, and you can kind of have a good thought on where things are going. 1,500 years ago, most of the world's economy was generated in Asia. China was the greatest nation in the world. And I don't know the reasons for, I can't go back to all the reasons how economics change and great nations go up and down, but it appeared that great economy that was at the forefront of the world in technology, culture, everything, things start moving. Somehow, the economies of the great nations came about. There was, Europe, and then after Europe, and still Europe, North America. And that's how things have been going for the past 2,000 years. Interesting now that as we look at where we are today, at the first decade of the 21st century, you look back into the past and you see the potential. You know, there's what did they say, that opportunity knocking? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the opportunity is out there, and it's not knocking, it's slamming hard like the bells of Big Ben. We have the Asian economies that have risen through the 70s and 80s, and you've seen with the strength of Japan and the Asian tigers and Korea, and you see what the impacts of just Japan and Korea have been into Guam, the Marianas, and other areas that look towards tourism from Asia. And as things have evolved, we see where we're at today, where 2 out of the 3 largest economies of the world are in our neck of the woods, in Asia. And China most recently has surpassed Japan as the second largest economy in the world. And what that opportunity means for us, it's, well, I guess Tumon Bay is that direction. So 4 hours that way, there's 1.3 billion people. 1.3 billion people with an economy that's growing anywhere from 7 to 8%. And as the earlier speaker mentioned, Mark, in a couple of years, there'll be 100 million outbound tourists from China alone. That opportunity for our island and for Micronesia is presenting itself to us. It's us, it's ours for the taking. Now what we can do in terms of the public servants and the government is try to build a stable platform. Build museums, fix up our sites, make our roads cleaner and safer. Mother Nature does other things, blue skies, white sandy beaches. What this symposium is about is now all of you. What makes Guam so unique? We do have the blue skies, white beaches, clean air, but it's the people. It's those that are either in the public sector or the private sector, each with an initiative, each using that innate talent that they have. And there is something special about Guam. It's that smile that for most people, they're not used to seeing when they're in all the great cities in the world. It comes so natural to us. I can't tell you, I've been to Beijing and I've been to Shanghai, and I can feel the vibrancy of that nation. There's a sense, even though it's one of the oldest civilizations in the world, a sense of newness, a sense of a drive, that can-do spirit, that this nation is moving forward, and moving forward with a lot of self-confidence. I also had an opportunity to meet 2 folks from Guam when I was out there. One of them, I went to the Shangri-La, the New World Shangri-La in Beijing, 80-story building, best hotel in Beijing, and I met the chef de cuisine, and he happens to be a local boy from Guam. I also met another young man. This man, his family has roots in Guam too. His family owns a little small electronics store, and he had opened his 6th restaurant in Beijing. It was kind of a fusion Taiwan Chinese restaurant. That is the kind of vitality that is 4 hours that way. For us, ladies and gentlemen, it's to use the resources that have been God-given, our beautiful island, our proximity to China, and then it's to use our initiative, to use our talents, to draw those tourists and draw those investors over here. So I'm excited. I'm thankful that we have some wonderful speakers here this morning and this afternoon, and I look forward to a very productive symposium. And we do believe that after the conclusion of this, there's going to be many folks that are going to be leaving this gathering with many ideas, many creative ways to build on the opportunities ahead. So with that, I want to wish you all God bless you and thank you so much. And let's take it all in.